Yo, yo, boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the changes, and I just got some gameplay to put it over pretty much. And yeah, the new changes are what's the word for it? Terrible. That's what it is. Very, very bad. I know a lot of people are thinking they're good for casuals, but they're really not. I watched Peekaboo's video on it, and he kind of explained it pretty good. He talked about how add-ons. Honestly, yeah, I think that too. I think add-ons. I mean, I think for add-on wise, you see how I have my Gladius slash S Arena. I think that's the only thing you should have. Like, it shouldn't tell you anything else. I think it should tell you when they have trinket, but they won't. It shouldn't tell you whenever they have. I shouldn't be able to have nameplate cooldowns or none of that. So I actually agree with that. I think the game would be a lot harder. And since I kind of started doing, PvP, like, because beforehand I was playing twinks. All I would be doing is playing 19 and 20 twinks, like, from all the way from like a long, long time ago. So I think deleting the add-ons it'd be definitely challenging for a lot of people that weren't playing it before that happened. Because like I've been playing like with add-ons like the entire time I've been playing. But yeah, I think the changes are really bad. I think they're nerfing the trinkets. The problem is now ratios are gonna matter. So now everyone's gonna be going back to orc. So instead of 6 second kidneys now, you're gonna be in a 4 second kidney. So for warrior stuns, instead of being in almost 4 second stun, you're gonna be sitting in a 2 second stun. So and obviously as a warrior, if you stun somebody right now, you barely get a global. Like right now it's 3 seconds, so it's not even gonna be 2 seconds. Like the stun will be like 1 second and a half. So warrior stun's gonna be pretty awkward. You're not even gonna be able to get a global off. I don't even think it's worth even pressing, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's really bad. Now stuns aren't gonna matter. I mean, the game is already highly based on PvE. The harder you PvE, the harder you win. So now it's gonna be even worse. And they're giving every caster precog. So what that is when they fake cast you or anything like that, they can't be stunned or kicked again for like 5 seconds. And now every healer is gonna have it like automatically. So, that's gonna be honestly annoying, like super annoying. But it's that's not really my main concern. I mean, obviously it's gonna be broken if you're facing a melee, or if you're like if you're casters and you're as a melee, like if you face casters as a melee. Now it could go either way. Warriors could just train down casters because there's not gonna be any CC going out because it's not even worth clicking it anymore. So everyone's just gonna be going in and hardcore training on that one person. So I don't know why healers think this is a good thing. Now instead of people being able to peel for you, now you're just gonna be instantly trained down and you're just gonna die. So yeah, I think it's a terrible change. I don't know why. And the only people that are saying it's a good change are people that play a PVE spec. So like people that are playing, well, I want to say Boomy because I talked to this one Boomy and he was like, "Oh, it's not a bad change. It is a terrible change." Anybody that's saying it's a good change, they're just like they're not using their brain. That's just what's happening. So the change is bad. Whatever you guys, maybe that's my personal opinion, but I think a lot of people agree with me. Now, there's a lot of people that think it's good, but trust me, when it actually comes out and you end up getting trained to the ground and then wondering why nobody's peeling for you, because there is no peel. There's no long. What's the point of peeling when it's gonna be the only thing that's gonna matter is a rogue. So rogue stuns are the highest stuns in the game, right? Like currently, right now, like the highest stun you can get is a rogue. But now when rogues kidneys are 4 seconds, yeah, you're not, and especially if you're orc too, or this is with orc and everything, they're gonna be 4 second kidneys for max kidneys. So that means on cheap shots, you're gonna be cheap shotted for maybe 2 seconds. So yeah, probably 1.5, 2 seconds, and then obviously your gouges are gonna be, 2 seconds. It's really all just gonna be micro CC, pretty much. That's all there is to it. But yeah, that's definitely not a good thing at all, and it does not help anybody because now you're not gonna be able to. Nobody's peeling anymore. There's no point of peeling because when they peel you, it's just not gonna do anything. It's just gonna sit there and you're gonna get CC'd for 2 seconds and go right back to what you were doing and keep clicking your 1 2 3 and kill everything. Now a lot of people disagree with this because they think it's a good thing. Obviously, they don't know anybody that plays a melee right now is disagreeing with how it's going. No melee right now is happy about it. Now the casters are, because casters, every caster in the game right now is revolved around PvE. There is not one skillful class as a caster that you play. That's not a thing. There is no skill or outplay as a caster. There's just you click your buttons, you win the game. Now, obviously, you can make an outplay, but it's not even worth doing an outplay. I was actually, I was thinking if I wanted to kill this panda right here, as you can see, and I was gonna sap, and I was like, do I want to waste the sap DR and maybe try to sap offline? At this point, I didn't even go for it because I knew my guy was gonna DR fear by the time I could get there. So like, I ended up using my racial, and I still, for some reason, he just got right. Oh no, because he bleeded him. Okay, because I was gonna sap off that fear because I don't think fear puts you in combat, so I could have sapped off the fear, off the DR fear, but he put bleeds on him, so I was like, whatever, I'm gonna bleed everything. But back to the original talk here. Yeah. So they're nerfing the trinkets. They're nerfing kicks. So now your kick's going to be 3 seconds. Imagine this. A 3 second kick when they have precog. So that means if you do, even if you land your kick, that is like 1 DR worth of a kick. That's not going to matter at all. A 3 second kick is nothing. And if they fake cast your kick, guess what? They're going to be sitting there for 5 seconds where you cannot do anything to them and they can free cast. And every caster's gonna have it. Every healer, every lock, every mage, everyone's gonna have it. And I think it's like I don't even think it's a PvP talent. I think it's an auto now. Like you just get it as a class, or like as a PvP talent, or as like a talent in your talent tree. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know if they're just like auto giving them all it or what's going on. But now, and personally, what I think they should have done first before doing this, hopefully they revert the changes. There was a voice crack right there. Hopefully they revert the changes, right? And then what they do is they buff healing and nerf damage. So that's what they should have done. This is like the more logical thing that you should do, right? If your healer's having a hard time healing, buff the healing on every single healer. Maybe, yeah, just make healing, just make everybody on a healer OP. So like if they click a heal, they just get lay on hands. So then it's like more about, obviously, this is all about solo shuffle because they're basing everything off solo shuffle because arenas are dead now. That's why. Like, until solo shuffle is out of the game, they're going to be dead. Like, nobody wants to play arena. Arenas are boring. You play at 1200 CR versus alt glads. I can barely even win when I'm doing, carries for gold. Like, it's even if I outplay them to, like, to God Kingdom. Like, I absolutely sap their trinkets. I do all of that stuff. I still get absolutely demolished. Now, obviously, twos won't be a thing. Like once if this does come out, then like twos as a rogue will not. I mean, as a rogue in general won't be a thing. Like, why play a rogue when you can play any other melee? There's not a point. You're just throwing. That's like me playing an enhancement shaman. Like back when enhancement shamans legit were like useless. So it's like there's no point in playing rogue. Now, I don't think they'll go. I mean, there's a big chance they actually do end up going through it. The one reason is half people think it's good, and then once it's bad, and once they realize it's bad, and then they're gonna be like, oh wait, we want it back, and guess what? It's not gonna get fixed, and then everyone's gonna be like, yo, we told you so. It's garbage, and now we can't get it changed because all you guys wanted it. So now we have to stay with it for the rest of our lives because Blizzard, we know. I mean, it took Blizzard an entire season to do one change. That's it. For one change. They have not done one good change ever. There's yet to be a good change. Like a good change that's actually done something. That's not a thing. This is WoW, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing World of Warcraft, the game that only has probably like probably has about. I'd say this game has probably 100K players playing right now. And if the thing does go through and Season 2 does come out, it's going to be the worst season ever to exist. It's probably going to be more dead than what Wrath is dead right now. And mark my words, it will be. So, unless obviously maybe somehow, maybe we're all just overthinking it so obviously I'm looking at it from all types of sides because I don't just play one class too. I play more other classes than I ever do Rogue because I can't get queues in my Rogue. Like, I have to sit in 40-minute queues on my rogue just for a queue, just to warm up, and then I end up losing, and then, it's definitely tough. The queues, now, if this makes the queues faster, it's whatever. Like, if for some reason healers want to log on and be like, yo, wow, we all had precog, now, everybody's stuns or nothing, now I can't get peels, oh, I'm gonna log on healer. Trust me, they're gonna log on healer and immediately get faced with melee cleaves. So instead of having that one rogue that does barely any damage and he kidneys you off DR, now you're gonna have a DH and a warrior sitting on top of you while nobody's gonna peel for you. Because what's the point of sheeping? What's the point of fearing? There's not a point because they're all gonna be running orc. They're just gonna be sitting on that orc and they're gonna be sitting, having a beautiful time just sitting on you. And that's all they're gonna be doing. They're gonna have a fun time. But yeah, honestly, all they should have done is I don't know why they do this stuff. It makes zero sense. Nobody asked for this. Nobody. You did not see one person asking for this. Nobody asked for this. Everyone was asking for people to. What it should be right now is on your burst. You should be doing big dam. You should never be doing 24/7 damage. Like it's simple. That makes people have to use their cooldowns with CC. That's why CC. It's called PvP. It's we're not. If you want to play PvE, go Mythic Plus. So honestly, I'm not a big fan of Peekaboo, but I would recommend watching his video. He has like a really good points, because obviously he has a longer video. I'm just going over this short just to tell you guys what I think about it. But yeah, I'll link Peekaboo's video down in the below, and you can just go check his out. But yeah, pretty much. I definitely don't like the changes. I really don't, and that's from not just a rogue perspective, but that's like every melee stun is going to do nothing. Like, cause they nerfed every CC, they nerfed every stun, they nerfed every kick. Basically, everything that made you have to play good is gonna be garbage. So I don't know why people think it's gonna be a good thing. I guess I think what they're thinking is now that the DRs are, or you know, the kidneys are so low and all the stuns are so low, they're never gonna be CC'd. That's not true. Like I said, if people think CCs aren't going to work, they're not going to click it. And instead, they're going to log over to a class that doesn't have the CC, and then they're going to sit on you the entire game. So watch, just watch. Season 2 is either going to be full caster or it's going to be full melees. And if it's a melee cleave, they are going to sit on the healer the entire game. Because there's no CC, they're not going to sit on the DPS. They will sit on the healer, and you will get no peels. And then when you're wondering why you're not getting any peels, then they're going to be like, what's the point of peeling? Everyone's going to be like, what's peeling? Because peeling's not a thing. So, yeah, definitely not a good thing. I don't know why anybody's saying it's a good thing. Hopefully Blizzard just doesn't go through with it, and I'm hoping that's what happens. I hope they see that, like, 90% of the community is like, yo, this is not a good change. Let's not do this, and let's rethink our life decisions. Now, what we could do, Blizzard, is we can buff healing for every class. Buff it. Make healing broken. Like, it's not hard. Just make healing to where, like, the CC was fine if healers could just heal. Like, I think everyone would agree. If your heal's actually done something, like, during dampening, it would be fine. Like, it was, like, once you get to, like, 15 to 25% dampening, your heals just don't do anything and your teammates just die. Now, if that changed from, you know, if you could heal all the way up to like 40% dampening, 45, and then start getting that fatigue of like not being able to heal that good, that's how it should be. That's why in threes the healing's so broken. That's how it should be. They're treating solo queue like twos, except they're doing it like they're on steroids, and the dampening is going up like a mile every minute. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, you can't expect the healer to it's just not healable damage. It's just not. Especially if you have teammates that don't click buttons. Like, how are you going to heal somebody that's just taking the ultimate, you know, damage whenever your heals just don't do anything? You have to click like 9 buttons for you to do anything. So it's actually pretty crazy. Simple fixes. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I never in 3,000 years thought it would get this bad in the game. Like, it is. I've just never in my life thought it would get this bad. Now, obviously, I've been like, yo, this game's terrible, and you never thought it could get worse, but I was wrong, and I'm always wrong, except when it comes to this bad nerf. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, this is a 15-minute video. I'll link Peekaboo's. You can go watch it. Make sure you check it out, because he goes over all the stuff that I would have went over, and I kind of just went over fast-paced. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.